Jeanne Moreau was a French actress who was a prominent member of the theater Comédie-Française. Did you know that she kept her early acting career a secret from her father because he was against it? Let's take a look at some more secrets about the Cannes Film Festival award-winning actress in this video. She wanted to be a dancer when she was little. Moreau's mother, Catherine, was a dancer who often performed at a cabaret music hall in Paris. Moreau was inspired by her mother and wanted to follow in her footsteps, but when she visited Comédie-Française to see the French actress Marie Belle, she immediately realized that she wanted to be an actress and not a dancer. She said, "That was passion. Being in the audience, I felt, even the first time, that my place wasn't there in the dark. I didn't feel like being the one who just watches. I wasn't for obscurity." She explained that she didn't want to become an actress for the sake of money or fame, but because acting allowed her to forget about her real life for a while. After seeing Marie Belle, Moreau said she completely lost interest in school. Her father wasn't happy about her wanting to become an actress. After telling her parents about the epiphany she'd had at the theater, her mother was very supportive. Her father, on the other hand, was infuriated. He was against it, which forced Moreau to keep her early acting work a secret from him. She led a double life and only performed in local plays. Her father only found out when she was featured on the front page of a local newspaper after a play she performed in became successful. His reaction? He threw his daughter out of the house. They didn't speak again until the father became ill 4 years later, and Moreau had to take care of him. She shot to international fame after her film, The Lovers. Released in 1959, the highly controversial film The Lovers helped Moreau become an international star. She starred as a provincial wife who falls in love with a man she's just met and then abandons her family so she can be with him. Much of the film was censored all over the world because it contained a lot of inappropriate content, but it did go on to win the Special Jury Prize at the 1958 Venice Film Festival. It was also nominated for the Golden Lion, the highest prize given to films at the Venice Film Festival. Despite being so popular, she didn't become as well known in Hollywood as other European actresses like Audrey Hepburn and Ingrid Bergman. She refused to sign long contracts with film studios, something that was common at the time, saying they were like prison terms. She often accepted roles in films to earn some extra money. In fact, she starred in the 1960 film Five Branded Women so she could pay her taxes fast. She was politically active. Moreau supported socialist and former Prime Minister Lionel Jospin during the 2002 presidential elections in France. She also signed the manifesto written by the French writer Simone de Beauvoir. The manifesto called for legalization of abortion laws in France, and it was signed by a total of 343 women. It was published in a magazine on 5 April 1971. Moreau also signed a petition in 1997 that called for protests against an immigration law in France. While she didn't call herself a feminist, she didn't like it when women said she wasn't one because "I love men and want to keep my femininity." In one interview, she said she believed that artists are only free to express themselves in a democracy. She said, "Art is freedom, and it's beauty, and we need it. One must never forget that thoughts are more dangerous than words. The troubles that are happening in the world were born from one thought. We should be very, very careful about one's own thoughts." She was often involved in affairs with the directors and actors she worked with. When she joined Comédie-Française, she fell in love with another actor. She soon became pregnant and was forced to marry the actor, but she divorced him 2 years later and gave the baby to her mother-in-law. They remained friends, and the actor even directed her in some films in the 1960s. She fell in love with film director Louis Malle while working with him on a movie in the late 50s. During the shooting of The Lovers, Malle, who directed the film, and Moreau lived together. Speaking about Malle in an interview, she said, "I knew that if I played the love scenes just as Louis wanted, he would love me as an actress, but hate me as a woman. I could not play them without betraying him." She also had a brief affair with Orson Welles, who called her the best actress in the world. When she was asked how she was able to stay friends with her lovers in an interview, she said, "Maybe because the men and myself, we know that things don't last. Life, you know? It's marvelous to be able to travel for a while with somebody when nothing ugly interferes." She almost made a film with Ingmar Bergman. After her affair with Louis Malle ended, she and Bergman started writing letters to each other. Moreau was upset after her relationship with Malle ended and thought that only Bergman would be able to understand her after she saw one of his films. Moreau wrote 3 letters to the Swedish director before he finally decided to respond. They met in Berlin for the first time and remained friends for the rest of their lives. Both of them wanted to make a film together, and Bergman even gave a name to their project. He called it L'amour monstre. Unfortunately, it turned out to be impossible for the film to be made because they couldn't learn each other's languages. Despite being a singer, she avoided concerts. Moreau wasn't just a successful actress, but also a vocalist. She recorded and released a number of albums and sang the theme song of one of her films. She even performed with Frank Sinatra at Carnegie Hall in 1984. This performance with Sinatra, however, was an exception because she usually didn't like performing her songs live. She never revealed the reason why she avoided concerts. Her only son was involved in a car accident with her co-star. Jerome, her only child, was born from her marriage with the actor from Comédie-Française. While working on 7 Days, 7 Nights, the film that won Moreau the Cannes Film Festival Award for Best Actress, her son, who was 10 years old at the time, got into a car accident with her co-star. Her son went into a coma and recovered after the shooting of the film finished. He went on to become a successful painter. Moreau had a strange relationship with her son Jerome. He was born when she was only 21 and didn't have any desire to be a mother. She said, "I had a child. I didn't want it. I know that offends a lot of women, but I'm not maternal." 2 hours after she gave birth to her son, she called the director she was working with and told him that she was ready to start working again. She was clearly more dedicated to acting than anything else in her life. So what's your favorite Jeanne Moreau film? Let us know in the comments below and make sure you hit that subscribe button.